So we haven't really seen anything like this pop up from LEGO, and maybe it's the start of something new. It could even be a starter set to get you into some of their most popular builds. Let's take a look at this newly revealed building-like diorama and give it an initial ranking as we try to figure out who this is ultimately for. So yeah, what is this thing? Well, from what I can tell, it's like a combination of a modular building, a diorama, it's slightly architecture-y, and it, I guess, is a decoration piece all in one. Definitely seems like we're trying something new. It's got some nice color pairings that we can see here. Kind of has like a fancy bakery or coffee shop look to it with the pastel colors. There's just enough greenery to where it doesn't feel overwhelming. I'll get to the techniques in a second, but the architecture itself has some interesting elements that we see here on the upper portion of the model. The storefront looks nice with the lights next to the entryway, and we get a little glimpse into the interior. I do like the small table and the chairs on the outside as well. I'm getting just such a cozy and relaxing vibe from this scene. It's got some nice designs with these decorative stylings on the signage, the windows, and the menu that's propped up on the outside. And the entire building is perched up on this slim diorama setup that has some nice cobblestone designs. I'm glad they included this light post because it balances everything out. I don't see any Easter eggs at first glance, but maybe there's something hidden inside, but I will say that the colors and atmosphere give me a solid impression so far. I feel like there's a huge missed opportunity though. It's missing the character that minifigures bring. Including a few could have elevated the scene even more, like maybe having one coming out to bring some food to a couple that could be sitting at this outdoor table. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have that here. That's like a LEGO staple. I haven't really covered reveals for a long time, so let me know if you'd like me to bring you the interesting ones by hitting the like and subscribe buttons below. Since I tackle everything on the channel on my own, it totally helps me figure out what to prioritize, since a lot of work goes into these. Diving a little closer into the techniques, I think the storefront is a highlight here. We've got this archway that's uniquely put together along with this intricate railing that I'm assuming that these lights on the top here would light up the sign, at least in our imaginations. I'm also liking the dimension that's added by these pieces here on the top and bottom of these pillars. It helps make this French Café feel even fancier. The techniques on the top of the building aren't anything too crazy, although the awnings are nice with these transparent pieces. The techniques for the rest of the setup are fairly good with the smoothing out of the end of the diorama that we can see here, and placing the building up on a couple of layers. I think that was a good move. We're looking at a build that's about a foot wide and half a foot tall, pretty slim in depth with a slice of a diorama look. There's no doubt that this was created to be put up on display. And as we can see here, it would look nice as a decoration next to some other books or other decor. Now, I'm totally assuming that this is probably a limitation of the size that they're going for, but the back of this set is pretty bad. The colors that we see here are most likely to give that interior view some depth, but this is a set that you're going to definitely want to put on a shelf. If you do end up putting this on a cabinet or a table, you're going to want to make sure that you have something behind it. But honestly, it does seem like it would display pretty nicely. Using a modular building as reference, which those are roughly a foot in height, width, and depth, we can kind of see that this building is kind of like a slice of one of those. From an interactivity standpoint, there's not really anything to do with this one. It would probably be interesting to see how the interior comes together while you're building it, but yeah, the most you can do with this one is maybe change where you put the accessories on the outside. It's hard to tell, but it doesn't seem like we can easily remove the top of the building to change what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty limited here. We haven't really had a theme like this, but it's interesting that LEGO is experimenting with something new. I wonder just how popular and interesting this will be. If I were to guess, this is for those that are maybe into the botanical line or LEGO decorations, if anything. I mean, am I wrong about that? What are your thoughts on something like this? Maybe this is another gateway into the modular line, perhaps like a starter set before taking that leap. Or maybe because it doesn't have minifigures, it could bring people into the architecture series. I'm kind of torn on this one. Like, I love modular buildings and I feel like I would maybe consider picking this up If I just wanted like a quick build to do, I had like a stressful week and just wanted to build something quickly during the weekend. You know, sometimes we need builds that we can get done in a few hours. As much as I love the massive builds, they can be overwhelming sometimes. This could also make a great gift to like get somebody into LEGO, so that's maybe what they're going for. I'm intrigued to see how this is received by longtime fans or those that are new to the hobby. From a value perspective, pricing seems to be on point given everything that we have here. It's pretty much in line with how a modular building is priced, if you want to look at it that way. We don't have any minifigures included though, and I still feel like that's a huge missed opportunity. That could have been an awesome way to get more people into the modular line. Including a few here would have been really nice. I'm gonna start ranking these sets throughout the year and put them all on a ranking board. So for this one, I would say that my initial ranking is a silver. The design looks pretty good for what it is, and keeping in mind that it is a smaller build, those can be a solid experience. If I get one of these, I'll see if the build experience bumps it up to a gold tier, but I have a gut feeling that this will stick in the silver range. I don't think it's a bronze though. The design is pretty nice overall. And if you're into modular buildings, I ranked every single one up to the newest one released in 2025, and you can check out the video over here or check out the video on this side for another recommended LEGO video for adults. Thank you so much for hanging out and checking out this reveal. I will catch you in the next one.